And we are live. Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another free webinar that we've got today. I see a lot of people already excited. Let's see, Mona, Adsi, Appel, Jazz, Darling. And then if you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. Just say hi. I'm over here in Rizal, actually, and then we have our Rizal meetup next weekend. So if you're in the Rizal area or around Rizal, we'd love to see you together with the rest of the team. And I'm gonna be going back to Cebu after that. But yeah, let me know where you're watching from. I'm over here in Taytay, Rizal. Hello. Let's see who's we've got 100 people watching right now. Hello, Len. Hello, Rizal from Jeddah. Wow, you're watching from Jeddah. Let's see. Kay. Hello, Clar. Hello, Cheryl. Jim. Hello. Maria from Batangas. Hello, Prime. Chrissy. We've got a lot of people tonight. Bruhilda, we won't spend too much time greeting everybody. Hello, Prime. We're gonna have a meetup in Cebu, probably towards July. We've been pretty busy. Towards the end of July or early August, we're gonna have a meetup in Cebu. Hello, Kim. Grace from Laguna. Hello, Meng. Kim. Somewhere in Rizal. I won't say exactly where. Edlin, Genicel. The meetup. We have the meetup on the events page. If you want to check that out, it's over on the events page. I'm not sure of the exact address for that, but there is a co-working space here in Rizal that we're going to meet. Hi, Jackie Lou. Hello, Lilia from Bulacan. All right, Maya. We got so many people commenting. We can't read everybody's comments, but yeah, just say hi. Have some discussion. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section. And let's see who is over here tonight. And Anna, if you can just send me the comments, the questions via PM, because I can't keep track of everything here. So Anna can send me the comments via our messenger. Then the questions via messenger. Hello, Rain. Oh, you're in Bulacan right now. Hello. Yeah, she was in Cebu before, back in, that was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. All right. Oh, let me just put this on mute so that we can get started without any distractions. All right, so let's go ahead. So first of all, I do want to thank everyone so much. Thank you everyone who attended our virtual assistant crash course last week. We had that, and you should have received, for those that attended live, you should have received your certificates by now. And if you haven't received your certificate, it's usually because maybe you watched it late, or send us an email if you watched it live and haven't received the certificates. For those that watched it late, we will be sending the certificates this Friday, and then after that, there won't be any more certificates that we'll be sending. So if you haven't watched it yet, we can probably put a link down below, then you can go ahead and watch that. And today we do have another certificate. I'm going to give you some instructions later on how you can claim that certificate, but we will have one as well for you. So more to add to your portfolio again. So our coverage for today, we have a few things. First, we're going to talk about social media, right? This is the Social Media Management 101 crash course. So of course, we're going to focus on social media for businesses specifically. Then we're going to talk about content creation, how you, if you're going to become a social media manager, how you will be able to create content for your clients. Or maybe you have your own business, or it can be applicable for you as well. If you have your own business, you're starting your own business, you can also learn about content creation here. Basic graphic design, right? So a lot of us don't know. We know about social media, we know about Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all of that, but we don't know about graphic design. Well, we're gonna cover that tonight, and I'm gonna show you a demo. So who's excited to learn like how to create graphics and things like that? So we're gonna cover that really quickly as well, so that you can create graphics. After this webinar, you should be able to create your own graphics. Next, we're going to talk about scheduling tools. So some tools to schedule posts, to schedule images, to schedule videos on Facebook pages and Instagram accounts and so on. We're going to cover that. And of course, best practices of effective social media managers. So we have a few best practices that we're going to share with you. So it's going to be another great night filled with a lot of knowledge And we're going to follow the same drill. If you attended last week, so who of you attended last week? Raise your hands. Say that you attended last week. If this is your first time, then welcome. If you haven't been to one of our webinars before, it's going to be a very educational and information-packed webinar. So you might want to get a pen and paper to take some notes, but there will be a replay as well, so you can watch this over again. Some people have said they watched the last one multiple times just to review certain parts, but if you have a pen and paper, you can do that as well, or you can even take screenshots. That's what some people did last week. There's going to be a lot of information, and we only have an hour to cover all of this, so sit tight. It's going to be very information-packed. Okay, so it's going to be very exciting. Are you guys excited to learn all these things? Let me know if you're excited. I don't see anybody saying that they're excited. Oh, we have Kay. Kay is excited for the graphic design. How about you guys? What are you excited for? I see Sheila. Send us an email so we can double check on what happened. All right, we have people excited. Narben is excited. Yes, we've got who else is excited here? Yeah, Ace is excited. Okay, let me know if you're excited to learn all of these things. And once again, like I said, you're going to get another certificate. So you're going to get the certificate of completion that you've completed the social media course. Oops, let me see. Did that change things here? Oh, sorry about that. Let me just, the window size changed, so the presentation changed. Oh, let me just adjust that here. Some short technical difficulties while we have this streaming here. All right, okay. So you're going to get another certificate again today. So that's a sample of the certificate. Do you want to get the certificate? Are you excited to get the certificate? Well, I'm going to give you instructions at the end of this webinar so that you can get this certificate. So once again, it can be your second certificate. If you're a VA Bootcamp student, it can be you might have, if you're a complete student, you already have over like 10 or 15 certificates, so you already have a lot of certificates to add to your portfolio and to show clients that you know how to do this kind of work. And even if this is a crash course, you're going to learn a lot of things, you're going to get a lot of information. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's go ahead and get started. So my first question for you, okay, so I have a question for you. Who here loves social media? Who here loves social media? We have some lagging. Yeah. Well, if there's some problem, we might have to do it. Don't worry. If there's an issue, we'll do it again. But yeah, who here loves social media? Okay. Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of delay. There's around a 10-second delay. Hello, Melissa. Welcome. If it's your first time. Who here loves social media? And what kind of social media do you love? Maybe you love Facebook. Maybe you love Instagram. Lizelle loves social media. We have Jackie Lou, who's excited. You love social media as well. And we have different social media websites. There's different social media platforms, right? And if you're watching this webinar right now, I'm sure that you have a Facebook account, right? Or if you're watching on YouTube, you have a YouTube account, because this will also be placed on YouTube. You have a YouTube account, so you have some kind of social media account. And you spend some time, a significant amount of time on Facebook or on YouTube, right? Do you spend 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day? In a survey made towards the end of last year, Filipinos are one of the most social media addicted people. We spend so much time on social media with and we see it all the time. You go to the malls, you go to the coffee shops, you walk around, even in the jeepneys, in the buses, people are on social media. And we're one of the most prolific people on social media, which makes us also good social media managers, right? So we can use that skill. And based on the numbers from last year, there are 2.7 billion people on Facebook. And I made this graph here. This is the people who are not on Facebook, white, and a lot of these people don't have internet. But the people on Facebook, this is the blue. And for the people who are on the internet, around 60% have a Facebook account. And this 2.7 billion number includes people on Facebook, people on WhatsApp, Instagram, or Messenger, because these are all under the Facebook company. Okay, all of these apps, all these social media platforms are under the Facebook company. And if there are, we see 2.7 billion people spend a lot of time on social media, then it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense that businesses nowadays, they should have social media accounts. They should have social media platforms, right? Right nowadays, when I try to look up a business, one of the first things I do is I search for them on Google and open their Google reviews, open their Facebook reviews, see what people are saying about these businesses. So businesses should be on Facebook. If you have a business, then you should be on Facebook or on social media or like on Instagram or something. But you should have social media because so many people are on social media. And over here we have some social media job posts. I'm gonna let me try to zoom this in for you here. I like last time. Okay, let me just zoom this in for you here because these are some actual social media job posts here. Okay, let me just zoom this in. So I'm going to show you some actual social media job posts. Here are two examples of social media job posts. First, we have a social media makeup post scheduling. This is on Upwork. I'm looking for someone to write the captions and hashtag to my pictures on Instagram or Facebook. The app I'm using is Later, which I'm going to mention that later as well. You'll only need to log in 4 times per month and add all the captions in advance, in the advanced editor, most likely. This job was posted from a mobile device, so pardon any typos or any missing details. All right, so then we have another job post here. Let me just zoom this in a little more for you guys here. We have another job post here, and there we go. Social media manager, oversee a new social media Instagram and Facebook channel from content creation to publishing to community management. Write strong, punchy, and bold copy that connects with a new audience. Manage executing a weekly and monthly content calendar that is approved by key members of the team, and track key performance metrics on a weekly and monthly basis. So some of these terms, they might be overwhelming or confusing to you, especially if this is your first time to hear about freelancing, to hear about social media management. But at the end of this short crash course, you should have a much better idea of how to apply to these jobs, how to do this kind of work. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you guys get this kind of work. All right. So these are some actual job posts. And maybe some of you can do it, right? Maybe some of you say, hey, I can do that, right? That's not so hard. But maybe some of you are thinking, I need to learn more. And that's why you are here tonight. All right. Okay, let's jump right in and go to our next topic, which is social media for business. So we have different kinds of what we call social media platforms. Okay, these are that's the term for these websites. So there's social media platforms. Of course, we've got Facebook, and these are the most common. Okay, these aren't all because there are so many social media platforms, but the most common, we've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, we've got Twitter, we've got YouTube, we've got Pinterest. These are the most common social media platforms. Okay, now it's also very important for you to realize as we go over this list here, as we go over these common social media platforms, it's important for you to realize that these are social media platforms. But in term na social media, so that means these platforms here are made, ginawa yung website na to for socializing and making connections with people. So that's yung primary purpose of these websites. So remember, okay, even though we're talking about social media for business, we're talking about doing, your own business or for a client's business, remember that these are not marketplaces. So businesses, so they're not marketplaces. So business who intend to sell products or services, they have to be careful not to be so salesy. They have to be careful not to really push so much product. And I'm not sure if you can relate, but there are some people on my Facebook friends list and even on Instagram who try to sell their product so much na nakaka-turn off, right? So we see them and parang nakaka-turn off naman because it's too salesy, diba? Like you want to go on Facebook or Instagram because you want to see pictures, you want to see videos, maybe you want to look at baby pictures, or you want to look at food pictures like on Instagram, or inspiration, or whatever you want to check out, and then you see people like selling all these different products, diba? Parang nakaka-turn off, and it makes you want to unfollow some people sometimes because it's just too much. So you have to be careful as a social media manager or as a business owner not to be too salesy, okay, not to be too pushy, not to be too like not to turn people off. Okay, and in fact, most social media platforms, they have they have some set rules for business accounts who come across as spammy or pushy. So if it's creating a bad experience for the users of like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or so on, then the social media platforms won't like you, won't want you to be pushing your product so much, pushing your services so much. So as a social media manager, or even as a business owner, you should keep in mind that the posts you create, that they aim to socialize and make connections with people, even though you have your primary goal is to, of course, sell products or to inform people about products or services. You want to make sure that the posts you create, they have the goal of still creating socialization and creating connections. Don't forget that your content should be something that people would want to talk about and share with their friends. And if you can do that with your products, if you can create that mix, you're talking about your clients' products or your own products, by being able to create that engagement, that discussion on social media, then that's kind of like the you've won the lottery. You've gotten that golden touch when it comes to social media. All right, okay, let's see. A lot of people here. We've got 400 something people here. Very, very exciting tonight. And yes, I forgot to mention it earlier, but yeah, it would be great if you could share this as well, especially for those that you might have family or friends that want to work from home, or it would be great for them to work from home. Yesterday we went to Manila, and it took like 3 hours to get there, or 3 hours and something minutes to get there. So much traffic, and I can just imagine that's why I'm in Cebu. The traffic's not as bad. 1 hour of traffic for us is already very long, but here in Manila it's like 3 hours, 2 hours of traffic. If you have like friends or family who are stuck in traffic all day, you can share this with them. Talk to them about freelancing, and share this information with them. Maybe they can become social media managers. I'll drink some water really quick here. Okay, all right. Let me see if there's any outstanding comments that we've got here. I don't think there's any outstanding comments. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's talk about content creation. Okay, creating content. Creating content is the things that we post on social media. The text, the images, the videos that we post on social media. That's the content. And we're going to talk about how you create content. Basically, what you're going to create as a social media manager or a business owner even. So there are 3 goals. Mainly, there are so many different goals, of course, with creating content. But for creating amazing content, we can consolidate those different goals into 3 major goals. Okay? The 3 major goals of creating content are to, first of all, entertain. And I'm going to discuss this one by one as well in separate slides. Next is to educate. Second is to educate, and third is to engage. So these are the 3 goals of amazing content. 3 goals. When you're creating content, you want to think, okay, is this content entertaining? Is this content educational? Is this content something that people will want to engage with? And if it's a no for all 3 of those, then maybe you shouldn't be publishing that content. Maybe, right? All right. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but it's something for you to think about. Okay. So first of all, we have the goal of entertaining. And I won't discuss this in too much detail. We don't really have time for that. But we all know what entertaining means, right? Like this guy over here, he looks very entertained. To create the different kinds of entertaining content that you can create, here are some suggestions for you. First of all, create relevant content to the business. Okay, content that's relevant to the business and is still entertaining. You can create memes, also memes that are relevant. Memes, for those of you that don't know what memes are, we see a lot of memes, right? Us Filipinos, we have a lot of memes, but memes are like funny images or videos or texts that are often shared, yung that have a lot of shares that are spread, and get, they have, like, I think Dalagang Filipina is one of the common memes, and but those are the kind of content that gets shared, these memes, and they're also entertaining, they're fun, they're entertaining, they're engaging as well. Relevant news or updates can be entertaining, right? They can be entertaining. They not only entertaining, right? If they're entertaining, that's great. But not only entertaining, but they can also hit the second goal of content, of amazing content, which is to educate. They can be educational as well. And when we think about education, we thought, okay, relevant news and so on. But aside from the usual, aside from news, aside from updates, aside from this kind of content, educational, right? And we're creating educational content. We're creating this video, and you're learning. I hope you're learning something. Are you learning anything tonight? I hope you're learning something tonight. This Saturday night. Thank you, Jake. But yeah, educational content, not only the usual, but I want you to think about these questions as well when we talk about educational content. And these are very important questions for you to ask. Very impactful. If you want your content to be very powerful, okay, very powerful. Because we have content na, we see content created na wala lang, okay lang, wala masyadong effect. But sometimes there's content na boom, na wow, it really captures your attention. It really makes you engage, and parang, gets you excited on the content. And these are the questions that you can ask, okay, when it comes to educational content. So first of all, what are the pain points? What are the audience's pain points? Okay, the audience, the people who are reading this, what are their pain points? The things that keep them up at night, and how can they resolve it? Okay, in this example here, you're watching this webinar right now, and most of you who are watching may have a specific pain point, and that's why a lot of you want to go freelancing, right? You have a pain point. Maybe your pain point is the traffic, right? Yesterday, that was my pain point, being in traffic for so long, traveling back and forth from your work, maybe spending more time with your family, and that's why you're interested in freelancing. Maybe you're not being paid, maybe you're being treated unfairly at work, and that's why you want to start freelancing. So what are the audience's pain points, and how can they resolve it? So here I'm offering a solution with this educational content, which is becoming a freelancer, becoming a social media manager. But when you're talking about your clients' businesses or your own business, you have to think, what are their pain points? In even in fashion, there are pain points. So what do people want to get? What are their pain points? And second question here is, what are their biggest goals and desires? Okay, what are their goals and desires, and how can they achieve those goals? How can they achieve those desires? Once again, if you can connect it to the product that you have or the service that you have, then you've hit gold. You've struck the gold mine. You've won the lottery, and then that's when you can become a highly paid social media manager. If you can find the connection between these two questions and the client's products and services, that's an amazing talent. That's an amazing talent. May has a question. Thank you, Mahara. May has a question here. Is advertising similar to social content? And well, as we can see here, a lot of the social content is not really advertising, right? We talked about entertaining, educating, and engaging, and it's not necessarily advertising. Advertising, there's a different kind of content for advertising. Usually we say advertisements, right? But when we talk about usually the usual content, we don't want to be too pushy. We don't want to be too salesy, or else we'll turn people off. So we entertain, we educate, we engage people in a non-pushy way, in a non-advertising way. So in fact, in most businesses, in most online businesses, the content team, the team who creates content, in fact in the VA bootcamp, the team who creates content, okay, the team who creates like the ideas for things like this, is a separate team from the marketing team. Those that come up with our ads, those come up with our creatives, those are a separate team. So it's in most cases it's actually different. And in today's modern world with social media, it should be different. Okay, we have a lot of comments here, but thank you, Mahar, is sending me the questions, the relevant questions in our chat messenger. Okay, the third, the third the third goal of amazing content is to engage people, right? To engage people, like these people here in this picture, they're very engaged. You're talking to one another. They're engaged together. So you want people to engage with your content, to engage with your posts. Okay, so on your posts, people, you want people to like, comment, share. Okay, like, comment, and share, especially when these are the Facebook, what we call social media engagement metrics. This is how Facebook measures how good you are at social media. Basically, there's a lot more behind that, but that's kind of the summary of it. This is how Facebook measures. On Instagram, it's also likes, comments, and shares as well. Very similar. And if we're talking about YouTube, subscribe is another one. Subscribe is another metric that YouTube uses to kind of rank you and say that you are somebody who's using social media effectively. You are somebody or a business who people want to see more on social media. So the more you can get people to engage with your comment, to like, to comment, to share, to subscribe, the more that you're going to appear on the social media feed. So that's why a lot of people, they're always encouraging their viewers, their audiences to like, comment, and share, or even subscribe. Like on YouTube, they're always like, hit subscribe below, comment below, hit the thumbs up, because that's also a like, right? Because the more that you get people to do these things, when saying you're going to appear more on the social media feed, and the less, if you can't get people to like, comment, share, or subscribe to your content, then you're not going to appear on the social media feeds. These social media networks are going to say, you know what, this business is not a business that people want to see. It's not a business that people want to engage in. It's not a business that people want to have on their social media feed. So they're going to show you a lot less. So that's why engagement is extremely important. It's extremely important as a social media manager, or even as a business owner. Okay, so knowing this, okay, I also have some strategies that I want to share with you. I'm gonna take. Talking this long gets me thirsty, so I have to drink some water here. Okay, so let's move on over here to our next major topic. Oh, the strategies. Oh, almost forgot to cover the strategies. So we have some strategies. Knowing this, knowing the educate, the entertain, and the engagement goals of content. And if you can do all three with a single piece of content, that will just be amazing. And connect it to your business or your client's business, then once again, you've struck gold, and you can be an amazing social media manager. So some strategies for you to take note of when you're creating content. A lot of the times, you want to have a simple call to action at the end of your posts. Okay, you want to say, "Hey, let me know what kind of, what questions you have, or if you're creating a like over here, we ask you what questions do you have. We ask you to comment as well. That is a call to action. Okay, we ask you to share. That is a call to action. And you see a lot of posts, share your favorite moment, like if there's a travel business, share your favorite travel moment, share your favorite moment in Baguio or in Vigan or something like that. And then that creates a lot of engagement, because that is a call to action. You tell people what to do, because if you don't tell people what to do, a lot of times they won't do it. But if you do tell people what to do, they will do it. Like I asked you guys to comment, to say hi, and a lot of people commented. Another is to get to know your client's target audience. Very, very important. Get to know your client's target audience. You have to understand them, because if you don't understand them, if you don't understand their pain points, their goals, where they're coming from, their backgrounds, then you can't create content that will affect them, that will be effective for them, that have that wow effect on them. So how you can get to know your client's target audience, or your own target audience? Check out related Facebook groups where they are in. You can see what they're talking about, what posts they like, what they comment on, what they share. Do they like sarcastic posts? Are they fans of positive vibes only? Do they like political posts? Do they like religious posts, or is that a touchy subject? Also, what are the things that the target audience can't help but engage with? they can't help but engage with. There are some things that kind of, sometimes we see, we're on social media, and there's some things that, that kind of trigger people. They trigger us. They say like, oh, I get triggered because this is a topic that's very dear to me. It's very dear to me, so I can't help but comment. I have to comment on this, right? So we all have that, and if you can understand your clients' audience's like trigger kind of posts or trigger topics, then you can create more posts to trigger them, to help them to kind of force them to engage with your content. So knowing your client's target audience, that will really help you increase the kind of posts that they like. They're going to like, comment, and share on. Increase your engagement. You'll know what kind of educational posts they like. You'll know what entertains them as well. And our last tip over here is to keep things visual. Okay, I'm going to go to a question here from Jenny Pearl Magallan. I just want to ask, what is your ideal proportion of the 3 E's for you to have effective content? Is it 30% educate, 30% entertain, and 40% engage? Now, there is no ideal proportion, really. Depends on what kind of business you have. Okay, depends on what kind of business you have. So this will change. For example, in our case, the VA Bootcamp, we are primarily an educational business. Our goal is to really educate. So we have a lot higher percentage for our educational posts. If you're a different kind of business, if like we were talking about TV shows, of course you want to have more entertaining content. So it depends on what kind of product or service you provide. We see business to business service providers, they have more educational content. So once again, it really depends. It really depends. But you want to make sure that in your planning, okay, we talked about social media planning, you should be asking these questions. Do I have content that educates? Do I have content that entertains? Do I have content that engages? And once again, if you can hit multiple of these with a single post, that's great. Okay, but so there's no real ideal proportion. It depends on the business, the case-to-case basis. Okay, so like I said here, the third tip here, the third strategy is to keep things visual. Okay, people on social media, they like images, they like visual, especially when you're scrolling. Like if there's so much text, a lot of times, you're in bed maybe, or maybe you're in the Jeep, and you don't really want to read a lot of text. You just want to see, like I like seeing a lot of pictures sometimes. Depends on your mood, but a lot of the times when we're on social media, we don't want to read. We want to see images. So keep things more visual than more textual. So almost every good post has to come with attractive graphics, has to come with great graphics to be effective. So let's move on. Let's move on to graphic design, which is our next topic, and it's very related to keeping things visual. Now, one of the great graphic design tools, and I really like using this graphic design tool, is called Canva. It's free. It's totally free, so it's great, and it's easy to use. And I'm going to show you here how you can use Canva. Okay, so let me just adjust the screen here. This is our demo, our Canva demo right now. Let me just adjust this here, and okay, there we go. Here, so here you can go to canva.com, canva.com, and you can use your Facebook account, you can use your Google account, or you can use your email to sign up. It's a totally free account. And once you've signed up for an account, this is the screen you'll see. This is the screen that you're going to see here. This is the screen that you're going to see when you create your Canva account. Let me just move my vid. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, there. Let me just move my video here so that it doesn't get in the way. There we go. Okay, so this is the screen that you're going to see when you log in. I hope that you guys can see this. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. But yeah, this is the screen you're going to see. And you have this button here to create a design. Okay, we have this button here to create a design. Okay, and we have it's very easy to use. As you can see, I just create a design, and There are options for social media graphics, for documents, for personal graphics, educational marketing, and so many different things, including ads and so on. And it gives us the options. Okay, are you creating Instagram post, a story, a FB post, FB story, and so on. So it's very, very easy for you to create graphics. It's very, very step by step. And as I'm doing it here, this is something that you can do, right? You can just click on create a design and choose here. Now, in this scenario, okay, I have a scenario for you. So we're talking about doing this as a freelancer. So I have this scenario for you where a client has this instruction. Not sure if you can read this, but I'm going to go over and read this for you. A client says to you, on July 15, I will be releasing a new book called Quick and Easy Meals for Working Moms. Can you please post food-related quotes every Monday to build interest leading up to my launch date? Okay, so this, let's say this, and this is based on a real job. Okay, this is based on a real freelancing job that you, let me just open this, that you would do for clients. All right, that we got on, I think we got this on Upwork. Okay, so if you want to do social media work, this is a great example over here. All right, so okay, so let's go ahead. He says this client, she wants for you to create to post food related quotes every Monday. Okay, and let's say this is for Facebook. Okay, to keep things simple, let's say that this is for Facebook. So let's go ahead and create a Facebook post. Right, we want to create a Facebook post. Very simple. We just click on Facebook post. Let me see if. Okay, very easy, right? And over here, it's still loading here, but we can see food Facebook post. I clicked on food Facebook post, and a lot of we're gonna get a lot of images here. So it even asks us, like, what kind of Facebook post do you want to create? Sale, Halloween, food, birthday, and so on. So it gives us a lot of options, and we're gonna choose the food option over here. And even when we choose a food option, it makes it really easy for us. Canva makes it really easy. So even if you don't know anything really about graphic design, you can look at these designs here and you can say, wow, these are some nice designs. I want to use a design like this. So you can just click on it, and there, okay, we have the design. It's loading here, and wow, we have the design right here. It's right there. So, and if we click on the different elements here, like you can change the background here. Let me change that back. You can change the font. You can just look at the kind of like the top bar here, change the font size, change the text color, and you can change the image, kind of change the text here. Just click on an element, look at the top, and then you can just change things. It's so easy. It's so easy for you to change things here. Now, here, this is a free image from Canva, but Canva also has non-free images. Okay, what does this do? Okay, let's see. Let's see what these different. You can even hover over these things here. Hover over these icons. It's going to tell you what it's going to do. Okay, but I don't want to use this image. Okay, I want to use another image. So let me click on this and let me delete this image. Okay, and I can change it. So I can let me go to photos. Okay, so Canva has a lot of free photos that you can use. If you mouse over, I'm not sure if you can see this text here in the bottom right, but it says free. So I can even like bring an image here. Wow, that's a free image. I don't have to pay anything for that. I can just make this right now and not pay for it. But there are also I'm trying to look for some paid images here. There are also some non-free images, some premium images. These are kind of like the nicer images. Let's say, okay, I want to, since this is a food-related post, I want to search for images of people eating. So in the search bar, let me just delete this. I search for eating, okay, and it shows me people eating. There's a free image here. There are premium images right here. So premium images, they mostly cost like $1 or 99 cents if I want to use this image. But if I don't want to pay that amount, I can just have a free image here like that, right? And once again, as you can see, I use the search because there are so many images, but using the search, it gives me, the images that are related to the kind of post I want to create. So that's really amazing. But over here, I've uploaded a photo that I want to use. This here. So we have a couple eating here. Let's say, and you can just move it around. You can adjust the size. I want to have it like that. Okay, I'm not sure if that's, and I'm not a designer. I'm not really good at making things look nice, but it still looks nice. Even though I'm not a designer, I think it looks nice. So, or maybe I'll make it the entire screen. I don't know, let's just keep it like that. Okay, and I want to put a quote. The client said that you should put a quote. So let's say, okay, let me just type that in. And as you can see, this is very easy. Let me delete this here. This timeless recipes text, I can just delete that. And I can delete this text here at the bottom. Should I keep that there? Okay. Should I make this text here? Position, I can move it towards the back, so the text appears first. Well, I won't spend too much time. I'm not trying to. Ooh, okay. Maybe I can make it like that. And I put a text here, cover the guy's face a little bit. Okay. I can change the color. As you can see, it's very easy. Make it black. Well, that doesn't look very nice. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I've spent more time than I should already. Oh, I should on this, but let me move this here. Oh. Okay, well, I'll make it white again, or like light blue. Okay, yeah, not sure if that looks very nice. Okay. Okay, and then I can add more text. Let's see, I'll add a little bit of body text right there, and I'll have the author of this quote, which is Virginia Woolf. Okay, and then let me just adjust the text once again. I'll make it white this time, and I'll make it a bit bigger. Size 24. Okay, that's a good size. I can just change whatever this is, the font here, to something like this. Okay. Oh, no, I'll make it black. Make it black. And maybe this client has pizza, sells pizza, and we have like pizza related image here. And yeah, well, okay. I won't spend too much time on this. I'm not a graphic designer, but as you can see, it's really easy for you to make graphics over here in Canva. It's extremely easy. Well, let me just add some elements here. I can add charts. I can add frames. Let me add an icon. I'm probably gonna make this look worse. No, let me not add that icon. Okay. There's some free icons and are there any food icons? Food. Okay, a burger. Okay, it just says food there. There's that's premium. I don't want to use that. I want to use something free. Okay, well, let me just use this burger here. Let me use this burger here. And well, even if I added this, I want to. Okay. And there's I could spend so long exploring Canva. I don't want to spend too much time here, guys. But as you can see, it's really easy for you to create graphics. Even me, with my horrible design skills, I can create something that looks decent, that looks kind of okay. Okay. Yeah, there's some people experiencing some issues. I think we do have some internet connections here. Sorry about that. It looks like we're back. Okay. Yeah, it's easy for me to create all these graphics very simply, and I can just download this graphic here, download it as a PNG or JPG file, and I can even publish it to Facebook directly. Okay, I can publish this image to Facebook directly and post it on the Facebook page or on the profile very, very easily. As you see, once again, it's very easy. If you've never used Canva before, just go ahead, play around with it. You can spend hours just playing around with things. There are other features here that I didn't cover, like folders, or you can use different frames and so on. But yeah, just go ahead, go to Canva and play around with things. Play around with a lot of these things here. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. Let's go back to our presentation here, and oh, let me just go back here. Where is that presentation window? Okay, been moving around things too much with the screen. All right. Okay. All right. So we've gone over this scenario. You know, we created a food-related post, one food-related post, and you can do that. Like if the client wants you to do it every day, you can do it every day, like for maybe a week or so. All right. Now that we've covered, you know, how to create basic graphics, I'm going to talk to you about scheduling tools and community management. So how you can schedule posts in Facebook and how you can manage the audience, how you can manage communities in Facebook pages and in Facebook groups. So first and foremost, I'm going to have a quick demo for you here. Quick demo that on Facebook pages. Oh, there's a question from Eric Gazmundo about Canva. Is Canva similar to Adobe Creative Cloud, or like Adobe Photoshop, or Adobe? He means probably Adobe Illustrator. Canva is a much simpler thing to use. So if you are like a real graphic designer, if that really is your job, then you probably want to use something more comprehensive, something more advanced, like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and so on. But if you're somebody like me who's not very good at graphics, or like most social media managers who maybe they're okay with graphics, but they don't want to learn like all the different complications of using Photoshop or Illustrator, then Canva is a great tool to use. It's an alternative. But of course, if you're a real graphic designer, you can do much more if you use something like Adobe Illustrator or Adobe Photoshop. All right. Okay, going to the Facebook scheduler. All right. So let me share my. So as you may know, we have the Facebook page for the VA Bootcamp, right? And I can write posts and so on. And as, let's say, hi, this is a post. And writing posts here, usually you share now, right? If you're posting to your profile, normally you share immediately. But if you're writing as a business, so on a Facebook page or in a Facebook group, you have the option to schedule your posts. You can post in the future, like if I want to. So this is really helpful. Like in the scenario earlier, we had the client who said she wants a post every day until next Monday. So rather than having to go in every single day, and maybe you're gonna forget and so on, you can schedule everything in advance. You can schedule, let's say, all 7 posts in advance. So today I'm going to schedule one for today, then I'm going to schedule one for tomorrow, then I'm going to schedule one for the day after that, and so on. You can schedule everything in advance because you're using Facebook as a business, either as a Facebook page or in a Facebook group. Okay, and there are different scheduling tools as well. So there's scheduling. So aside from using a Facebook scheduler, because it's not, it's very simple. If you want to see like a calendar view, if you want an overview post, these tools over here, pointing in the wrong direction. These tools over here that you see, these are different tools that you can use to schedule posts in Facebook groups and in Facebook pages. There's Buffer. Buffer is a very popular tool. There's Hootsuite. There's Planable. There's Later, Post Planner, and there's so many other tools. But these are some of the most popular scheduling tools that you can use. I'll go over to this question. We do have time to go over questions. Just making sure that we have time for that. Jake Agbay, hi Sir Jason, when creating graphic design, kapag gumamit po ba ako ng picture from Google, need po maglagay ng copyright. Technically, you're not allowed to just grab images from Google. Okay, you're not allowed to do that. I know a lot of people do that, but if you want to follow the rules, you're not allowed to do that. You have to get from stock photography websites. We also get a lot of our images from stock photography websites where you have to pay a membership or you have to pay for every image that you use. There are also some free images. You can Google free images that you can use, a lot of free images, but you're not allowed to just grab off of Google because you can get in trouble for that. Okay, most, once again, most people don't, but if you're following the rules, then you should you have to pay for the images or use images that are free, that have a kind of like a free Creative Commons license. A lot of times you also have to add in the text that you got this image from so on and so forth. Okay, so that's image attribution is what that's called, right? Okay, so going back here, we have these different scheduling tools. Now, aside from scheduling, another task or another job of social media managers creating content, scheduling content, is to manage groups and to manage pages, to manage the audiences. So, what's happening here? There we go. So, as you know, we have our Facebook group, Freelancers in the Philippines. If you're not a member of this group, I highly recommend that you do join Freelancers in the Philippines as well. So if you want to moderate, we have a button here to moderate the group. If you are a moderator or an admin, you also see here we have posts for approval, people who want to join the group. You have a button to moderate the group here. Okay, and I'm going to show you what that, what you can do as a moderator. But aside from Facebook groups, in Facebook pages, you have a section that, like, normally you don't see the section at the very top, but if you are the owner or if you're a social media manager of a page, then you have this section here where you have these insights, like of course we have these posts here, you have these notifications, Creator Studio, which are specific to page owners or to page admins. Okay, and we have ways to help us manage the posts, to create posts, to see these tools here that help out with your Facebook page as a manager or as an admin. Okay. So in Facebook groups, when you're managing posts, you can manage the users, you can add users, remove users, ban users. Sometimes we ban users because they post things that are spammy or not very helpful, or we ban people for making pangaway other members. We've done that before. Here you can, one thing that is very common for social media managers and groups to do is to approve and decline posts. So you can approve posts, you can decline posts. There are also member reported comments. Sometimes there are comments that are inappropriate for the group, so there are people who report it, and then we can decide to delete posts, delete comments, delete posts, or even ban some members depending on what they do. All right. So another important thing when it comes to Facebook groups and pages is we have group insights and page insights. So these group insights, they give us they help us strategize. They help us really see what's going on and help us strategize for the future when it comes to our Facebook pages and Facebook groups. Just to give you an example here, we have our group insights for Flip, our Facebook group. We had 2,500 new members in the past 28 days. So we had a lot of new members in the past 28 days. And we saw that that's a growth of 22%. We also had posts, comments, and reactions, 30,800 posts, comments, reactions in the past 28 days. So that's an 8% increase. So we can see how our group is performing. Is our numbers increasing? Like here, we have an increase. Are our numbers decreasing? And as a social media manager, this can be very important to you if your client has Facebook groups, or you also have page insights where you can see similar statistics for a Facebook page. Okay. All right, so going on here, our next major topic here is the best practices of effective social media managers. The best practices of effective social media managers. So some best practices, if you want to be a great social media manager, number one is to plan ahead. So if you could do this properly, if you can plan ahead properly, you can actually plan posts 1 month to 3 months in advance or ahead of time, and you can have some free time. If you plan things like for the entire week, just spend 1 day planning and creating content, then the rest of your week is going to be a lot more relaxed. Okay, so you can have more time, more free time. You can have more room to get new clients, right? To get more clients, because you can use scheduling tools more effectively. You can create plans more effectively because you understand the audience, and you do everything that we talked about in today's free crash course. Second, stay updated. So follow big influence in your client's field to stay updated with trends and news. If your client is into makeup, you want to follow some big makeup influencers because you want to keep up with the new trends, you want to keep up with the new news, and so on. Our third best practice that we want to share with you, keeping it simple, just have three, is keep in constant communication with your clients. So social media keeps changing. And being the social media manager, you're the advisor, you're the expert, you're the consultant for your clients. As the social media manager, you shouldn't hesitate to make suggestions for your to your clients or to bring up new ideas. Say, hey, why don't we do this? As long as it helps them reach their goals. You can always make suggestions. You can always advise them on new things because once again, you are the expert. You're staying updated with social media trends. You're staying updated with other influencers. You understand the audience. You understand that you want to engage, educate, and entertain. So knowing all of this, you can make those suggestions and be a lot more valuable as a social media manager and charge a higher rate. You earn more money and you make your client happier. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. Okay, we've gone over our major topics for today. So let's go over some questions. Once again, if you have any questions, please place them in the comments down below. Okay, we have May's question. May Ann's question, can these tools, the tools we had earlier, the scheduling tools, be also used on Instagram? There are some tools that are specific for Instagram posting as well. Like most tools are specific for Facebook, but there are also tools specific for Instagram. Okay, so you want to look for Instagram social. Later, I showed you later. Does Instagram post planner? I'm not sure if it does. I think it does Instagram, but yeah, there are some specific Instagram tools. Not all of them do Instagram. Some do both Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and even Twitter. But yeah, you want to look at the features of the different scheduling tools to see if they fit your needs. Pia Ledesma Collins question, Buffer, Hootsuite, and other schedulers are third-party online apps. Yes, these are third-party apps. They are not owned by Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or YouTube and so on. These are third-party apps. So there are free versions of these apps. Take note, there are free versions of the apps and there are paid versions of the apps if you need more features. But for most businesses, if they're focused on creating a presence online and really being effective online, paying the fee, which is usually like $20 a month, which is like 1,000 pesos per month, it's really worth it for them. Some companies even spend thousands or hundreds or thousands of dollars for these tools because it's very effective for them. Then they get more features, of course, and they have specific needs. So these are third parties as well. Reggie Villanueva's question, are social media managers expected to handle analytics also? If you want to be a higher paid social media manager, yes, you should be handling analytics. But a lot of starting businesses, even bigger businesses, they're looking for social media managers just to help out with some posting, with creating graphics. They don't need somebody to look at analytics. In most cases, like in most businesses, most small businesses, they don't really care about the analytics. But if you want to be higher paid, if you want to be a premium social media manager, you should start learning about analytics. Jake Agbay, how much rate ang pwede i-charge for SSM job kung beginner? Any recommendations? So we have students at our VA bootcamp who ask this question as well, and we always tell our students that our recommendation is to start at $5. I know that like Upwork says the minimum to charge is $3 per hour. Our recommendation is to start at $5 per hour. $3 per hour. Usually those, if you've gone through trainings, especially if you've gone through a training, like this is a short training, it's a very quick training, but it's still a training. If you've gone through the VA bootcamp, we recommend like $5 per hour just to start off. If you have more social media skills, like if you can create graphics that are kind of nice looking, you can even charge $8 an hour. You can even start at $8 an hour. So that's my recommendation there, but ultimately it is up to you. Melissa Grace, what about Google Calendar? Can we use it as a scheduling tool? You can use it to kind of remind as a reminder tool, but it won't paste to Facebook or Instagram. The tools I mentioned earlier, Buffer, Hootsuite, Later, Post Planner, and I forgot what the other one I mentioned was, but these are tools that that automatically post. Okay, so you can create the post, you can schedule them, you can kind of plan things, and it will automatically post to these social media platforms. But if you have something in Google Calendar cannot automatically post to platforms. What it's going to do is it's going to remind you. It's going to say, hey, reminder, don't forget to create a post. But you can't really use it as a scheduling tool in the way that these other tools are made. Mary Ross Patalinghog, is it over? We're a little bit over the time, but okay, we have a lot of questions here, so we'll answer these questions here. Is it okay to use Hootsuite on your scheduled post for Facebook? Yes. That's it, yes. Joanna Caballero, just to clarify, is 15% discount still going on? And can we do it in staggered? So, thank you for asking that question. We do currently have a 15% discount for June. I didn't include it here because June ends tomorrow. If you're watching the replay, that discount isn't effective. It won't be in effect anymore. But you can send us a PM as well if you have any questions about that. But yes, the 15% discount is still active. VAB June 2019. If you use that as a coupon code, you can use it for the staggered or the installment payment as well. So normally you pay $2,990 for the installment payment. For accelerated, you pay something like $2,591, I think. Forgot the exact amount. If you apply the 15% discount. What's my preferred app for scheduling management? I think we're using Post Planner, but it really depends on your needs. Usually, Kay Katarangan usually do SMMs pay for their own apps. If you're a premium freelancer, yes. Actually, yes. If you're a premium freelancer, you pay for your own apps because you offer it as part of your service. Rather than somebody who asks their clients to pay for it. It creates the impression with clients na masyadong cheap yung freelancer na to. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I know there are a lot of questions. Okay, I'm going to ask this last question. We're going to close. We're over time a little bit. Hindi po ba nakakabahala paggamit mo yung FB account mo, and then yung work mo is mag-add ka ng mga other places para mag-send ng business outreach message for the client? Hindi po ba ito ma-report? In short, Sheila, you shouldn't be using the rules of Facebook, or you shouldn't be using your profile, your personal profile, to do business things. Okay? And if you send a lot of messages for like business outreach, then yes, you can be reported because you're not supposed to do that. Okay, you might want to review the rules for Facebook when it comes to that, but the summary is you're not allowed to do that using personal profiles. Only Facebook pages, and people have to send you messages first. Dapat sila mauna. You shouldn't engage with them first. They should engage with your page first. Okay. So, going over here, I do have an action item for you. Once again, this is just for practice. We're not going to check it, but after you go through this, you might want to practice, and I recommend that you create some social media graphics in Canva like the demo I showed you. There is a replay for this webinar, for this crash course, so you can go over those steps I showed you earlier and add some inspiration or motivational quotes on the social media graphics. Once again, this is just for you to practice on your own. We won't be checking it for you, but this is an example of an actual assignment we have in what we call our VA Bootcamp course, which is our paid course. We ask you to do this for free. We're giving this example to you in this free crash course, but inside the VA Bootcamp, we have coaches, we have fellow students who you can interact with, you can ask questions from. This is a screenshot of our Hustle Challenge, where it's kind of a coaching program where you have classmates, you get help, and you have coaches who help support you in getting your first online job. Here's a testimonial from Doris Havonilio, who got her first client. She's very happy. Over here, just to summarize, once again, we're over the time here. Sabi niya, hindi ako nakamali na mag-enroll ng accelerated course last February 2019. And she resigned from her job as an accounting clerk in May 2018. She tried to apply to government agencies, but she wasn't able to be successful. She learned about the VA Bootcamp in October 2018, and then she enrolled. It took her a few months, but she enrolled in February 2019, and then she got hired after taking her time with the free. She took the free course, and then enrolled siya sa accelerated course, and then right now she's very happy with the job that she got. She's working from home right now, being able to spend more time with her family, and it's a lot less stressful. So if you want to have that kind of success with coaches, with your classmates to support you, then I highly recommend that you enroll in the virtual assistant bootcamp. Just to give you an idea of what's in the course, here's a screenshot of the lessons. There are a lot of lessons here, as you can see on the left. I won't go over all of them, but there are over 10 hours of lessons, 10 hours worth of lessons that you can go through. And in the complete course, there are actually, I think, over 100 hours right now worth of lessons that you can go through. But here you learn the skills you need to learn. You get a community, your classmates, you get coaches to support you in your journey. You get guides, you get your questions answered. We have a students group specifically for students and members to help them out. And you get a lot more. So you can check it out on vabootcamp.ph, and I highly recommend it. We see a lot of success from our graduates who go through the Hustle Challenge. I think we're around at 75% or 80% success rate for those that finish the course and finish the Hustle Challenge. These people are able to work online, 75 to 80%. So we're very happy with the results that we're seeing from our students. Okay, so thank you so much. We have around 380 people still on, so we're very happy that you guys stayed on the end of this crash course. And because you stayed on, so you get a reward for staying on. Not only do you learn a lot of things, but you get a reward in the certificate of completion. This is my own name here, but you can get your own name on this certificate, and I'm going to give you the instructions right now. So this is how you get your certificate. So how you get the certificate: number one, share this webinar on your Facebook wall, and then take a screenshot of you sharing it, and then fill in the form vabootcamp.ph/smmcrash, which will ask you to upload the screenshot. And we have a few questions asking you, like, especially we want to know what else you want to learn, and what's stopping you from, what are your challenges in getting your first job or being a freelancer. So we'll send you the certificates by next Friday. We're generating, it takes a lot of time to create the certificates. Last time we sent like 400 certificates, so that's so many certificates to create. It takes a lot of time. So we're sending them every Friday, okay? We're sending them once again, we're doing this for free, so we're sending this every Friday, all right? So we'll send you the certificates by next Friday. If you're late, if you're watching the replay, we might send it the Friday after that, okay? You might not get it immediately, you might get it the Friday after that. All right, once again, we're over time here. We may be asking we may be answering the questions. Well, there's one last question that Mahar sent to me. Is it possible to be hired as a social media manager, but while working the employer with an employer will kind of add social media marketing tasks? Yes, it's possible, and it's a great way for you to learn. If you're interested in social media marketing, like the advertising, Facebook ads part, it's a great way for you to learn as a social media manager and upgrade your skills and upgrade your rate as well. All right, so thank you everybody for staying on. I know we're over the time. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm going to eat dinner. Very hungry right now, and also thirsty after talking for this long. But thank you everybody for staying on. Don't forget to visit, to follow these instructions. I'm also going to post this here and pin this as a comment. Don't forget to share this and to fill in the form to get your certificate, which we'll send on Friday, this coming Friday or the next Friday. And I want to leave you with a quote, okay? I want to leave you with kind of a motivational quote. It doesn't matter where you come from. Okay? Your past doesn't matter. What matters is where you're going. And if you're watching this right now, I'm confident that you're going in the right direction, that you are on your way to reach your goals and to meet the success that you want. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to have another webinar, another free webinar, another free crash course again soon. It's not going to be next week. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, probably the week after that. We're going to schedule it. We're going to announce it on this Facebook page and in the Freelancers in the Philippines Facebook group. So thanks again, everybody, and you have a great Sunday. Bye, guys.